Okay, then you've trained 9 Betfred Derby winners. I mean, what do you look for in a typical Epsom winner?
Yeah, Epsom's difficult track. I suppose they have to have speed, they have to have stamina, they have to be very agile, they have to have balance. A lot of things really, and they have to be able to handle the occasion on the day because there's a very tense atmosphere in Epsom the day of the races. It's a very unusual place. You have to canter the full way down to the start, and there's people at both sides of the rails. It's the ultimate test of a thoroughbred really, and some horses don't do much after because the race takes so much out of them. But that's what makes it so good. It's the ultimate test. They're tested in every way. Um, um, yeah, I suppose there's so many qualities they have to have really to handle the day and handle the race. Really, it's a very unique race. Probably it's the barometer for the thoroughbred breed every year. Really.
And we've been blessed to go around Ballydoyle this morning. We've seen like a replica of Tottenham Corner you've got here. How important is it to have that? So horses have experience of something similar
Yeah,
before they had that?
yeah, very like obviously you can't beat practice in anything that you do, but a horse has to have balance and class and ability to be able to handle it because it's turning left and it's throwing you right and it's quickly going forward. So, but like obviously it's like everything, you can't beat practice, but you can practice all you want if you don't have the ability. You won't get to where you want, but it is definitely a big help.
And how important is the Betfred Derby in your season?
For us, the Betfred Derby is everything. Everybody, it's what everybody leads up to the whole year. It's what the whole thoroughbred generation of that year is judged on. Really, it's the barometer. And it's vital, really.
Looking at this year's runners, you may have City of Troy, obviously after the Guineas. How confident you could have him back for the
Yeah,
Betfred
we're
Derby?
obviously hopeful. Obviously, we think he will be probably one of the horses with the most ability that we ever go to a derby with. Listen, obviously, it didn't go right the first day, but we're really looking forward to this day. We think that he has the mentality, the ability, agility, everything about him to handle the track. So we're looking forward to him. It'll be the ultimate test, and it will be a big test. And because of what happened the last day, there will be a lot of eyes on him all over the world. But we're looking forward to it.
And you say that one of the most ability you've sent, and bear in mind, I've got 9 winners. That's quite a statement.
Yeah. I don't think we've never had a horse to do what this horse did at 2 to be going there. And like really, we think a lot of circumstances were contributing to his bad run in the Guineas, and we think we hopefully will be able to get most of those things readjusted for the next day.
And how important would it be to get an offspring of Justify?
Actually, it would be incredible. Like obviously, Justify is the most incredible unbeaten horse ever, Triple Crown winner, and obviously his dam won the Oaks as well. So, listen, his pedigree is absolutely as purple and blue as it can get, really.
So at Los Angeles, we were lucky enough to see him win at Leopardstown, a game performance. He'll appreciate stepping up in trip.
Yes, very much so. A mile and a quarter was always going to be his minimum. He won on soft ground in France over a mile and a quarter last year. So we loved the way he finished the last day, and there's no doubt when he goes up to a mile and a half, he will be a much better horse, we think.
And the Grand Prix de Saint-Cloud form looks pretty solid from last year.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, and Alan I was there as well, and he was just beaten in Lingfield in the trial. So it's very solid. Absolutely, it comes a good time of the year. So horses are fairly developed. So you get a good real read for the following year, really, usually.
And Illinois, talking about him, he's taken in two trials at Ballysacks and obviously then second at Lingfield.
Yes, came forward from the Ballysacks. He obviously met another good horse in Lingfield. He wasn't totally in love with the track, but he might have learnt. Obviously, that's why we went there with him to see what way he would deal with Epsom. He left-handed at Leopardstown first time, but we were happy with the run, other than he didn't win.
And Capulet in the D Stakes, obviously he reversed form with Bracken's Laugh from Chelmsford.
Yeah, we thought he would. He mile and a quarter was going to bring out the best in him, and he will even stay further. He seems to have come out of the race well. No, looking forward to him the next day as well.
And Cambridge, obviously, he's not in the Betfred Derby, he's in the Dante this week.
Yes, yeah, that's the plan to see. We've been very happy with him since the Craven. So we think the step up and trip will really suit him, and he seems to be in good form, working very well.
And obviously we're looking at the Dantes in terms of a trial from the British runners.
Absolutely, and always the British horses are usually at their best in the Dante. It's a little bit close for us, but it's a very important, hard to win trial, and when you're going there you have to be on top of your game, so it will be very interesting.
We'll touch on the Betfred Oaks quickly. You got the favourite there, Ylang Ylang. It danced every dance as a 2-year-old last year and was encouraging in the 1,000 guineas.
Yeah, we were very happy with her. She looked like a filly who was going to want Oaks trip, but we let her run and to see what happened, and ran a very good race and coming home very well. We think Ryan was very confident after the race. A mile and a quarter would be no problem to her, and usually if you get a mile and a quarter, in like if you have a filly good enough to be that classy over a mile and a quarter, you have a good chance of getting a mile and a half in Epsom. So that's what we're looking at and hoping at the moment.
And that's the natural progression, isn't it, from the classics?
I think so. The classics, it's all about the classics, and obviously if you have a mare that can run a big race in the Guineas and they have a pedigree like her and she's by Frankel, there's every chance that she could get a mile and a half in the Oaks.
And the beautifully bred Rubies All Red really caught the eye at Lingfield.
Yes, she's a sister to Found. She's a little bit of a baby, and that's why we went to Lingfield. We kind of skipped her maiden and brought her there to try teach her as much as we could, as quick as we could. Ryan felt that she was a little bit green coming down the hill and he had to mind her, and because of that he ended up a long ways back, but she came home very well and he felt another few strides and she was up. So with a pedigree like that, who knows, anything could happen with her really.
Yeah, and obviously she handled Lingfield okay.
She did, yeah, and like I said, Ryan felt he got back further than he wanted to, but that was because she was a little bit at sea coming down the hill, but that was probably the purpose of the operation, to go there and try and prepare her properly as we can for Epsom really.
There's a couple of older horses I'd like to talk about. The Betfred Derby winner, Auguste Rodin, how's he?
Yeah, super. You're very happy with him. The last day we're just putting a line through it. So he's possible he'll either go to the Coronation or the Tattersall's Irish Guineas weekend, or obviously the Coronation the day of the weekend, Derby weekend. So himself and Luxembourg, they'll go either or other. So that's what we're thinking at the moment.
And he's just one of them we don't know which Auguste Rodin's going to turn up. He's either brilliant or disappointing.
Yeah, listen, the last day probably was my fault. I gave Ryan the wrong instructions, tactically read the race wrong, and he ended up in a no-win situation. And Ryan obviously accepts them things very quickly if that is the case, because he obviously has to mind the horses for the next day. So tactically we got it wrong. We dropped out too much. William sat in second and controlled the race, and nobody else ever got into it really.
And the Betfred St Leger winner, impressive Betfred St Leger winner, continuous.
Yes, yeah, we've been very happy with him. He had a little mishap before he went to Japan last year, and he's been off. So he's been at Navan racecourse for a gallop a couple of weeks ago, and that went well. And he might start Irish Guineas weekend. He might, and then go from there to Ascot, and then hopefully go on back on the road then again. But we're very happy with him at the moment.
And fourth in the Betfred St Leger, and had a really good time abroad, is Tower of London. Does he go to York this
year?
week?
Yeah, he's flying. Very happy with him. He goes to York for the Lonsdale, I think. He's really progressed. Like you said, he ran an unbelievable race in the Betfred Leger last year, so but has really got it together this year, and he looks a real exciting stayer really.
And Kipper as well, I know he's got an entry York, he's likely to stay at home.
Yeah, that's why he's going to go to the Saddlebeg on Friday night, and then he's going to go, hopefully if everything goes well, to the Gold Cup. So very happy with him so far this year.